My first guest is one of the greatest filmmakers of our time. He has directed numerous classic films, including Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, and Goodfellas. His new movie, Gangs of New York, opens next Friday. Please welcome Martin Scorsese. Very nice to have you with us.
Thank you. Good to be here.
You know, I have to confess, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people I've talked to. People get nervous around you.
Yeah, I know.
You are an intimidating figure. Have you found that to be true?
I don't know what's the matter with them. I really don't. I mean, maybe a couple of times I threw phones through windows and things like that. Well,
Why would you throw a phone through a window?
They ring too much. It can't be good news. It can't be good when you're making pictures.
People have seen you throw a phone.
Oh, they're so annoying. Yeah, and then you got to go back and pick it up. It doesn't work. It's a mess. No, I'm serious. It's been a long history of it.
Yes, but, you know, you're a very intense person. We've talked before.
No, we have a lot of fun, don't we?
No, you and I have lots of fun running through the park hand in hand.
Absolutely, I know. All those years.
All those years, those carriage rides.
I know.
And then I call you and you throw the phone out the window.
I threw the phone out the window, yes.
No, but you seem to have, if people don't know you well, you seem to have an intense, you take things seriously.
Yeah, but with hopefully a sense of humor.
Right now, look, you're the only guest I've ever had on who's got his arms crossed. Like, I defy you to make me laugh.
No,
make me laugh,
you're right. Body language is all. You're
exactly
right. Okay, I'm open.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything can happen now.
You're right.
Okay, let me ask you something. Taxi Driver, Raging Bull, Goodfellas, the list goes on and on. Amazing films that have impacted the culture. No Oscar. Why do you think that's the case?
I noticed that, yeah. Well, I was thinking the other day, I'm saying to myself, it isn't like, you know, the Academy hasn't given me an Oscar. It's been 30 years almost. And it isn't like it's the same people for 30 years. So there must be something in the movies. It isn't like everybody gets around. I mean, like, you know, there's like, how many people in the Academy? 2,000, 3,000 maybe?
And it changes. They're constantly changing. They constantly change.
So it isn't like 2,000, 3,000 people get together every year and say, go on, let's not give an Oscar to Scorsese, right?
Right.
I mean, where do they go? Whose house do they go to? Do they call each other up? I'm thinking about it. It's different people, so it has to be the films.
They meet in Denver.
Yeah, I really
they conspire against you.
So it can't be that. There's 3 or 4 different academies we're talking about. It might be the pictures. I think I've been told the pictures are a little nasty.
Your pictures?
Yeah.
People have told you they're a little nasty?
Nasty, yes.
Well, violence is one of the...
I think the characters are kind of edgy.
Edgy, yes.
You know.
And you think that they're against that. They like feel-good movies.
Well, I think, quite honestly, I think the Academy is, you know, it endorses a film. And young kids want to go see the picture and everything else. So Goodfellas over a film that has a little more to do with the more redeeming values, so to speak. I mean, the other film would probably get the nod more than a picture like Goodfellas, which is some people have considered even morally irresponsible, I was told, at times.
Really? Why?
Yeah. They felt that the lifestyle was shown in a flattering way, but if you watch the last hour of the picture, it's not flattering. You either wind up dead or in jail or something, you know.
But I have to admit, as a big fan of Goodfellas, I watched that movie, and I do think in the first half of it, that looks good. You know, I don't think I would last long in that life.
Yeah,
I think I would be a terrible gangster.
Yeah, it's...
You know, oh, you're laughing at me? Are you am I clown you? Because if I am, then funny, good. You know. I like to make jokes.
Exactly. Anything that gets funny, fine with me. Yes. Yes.
Does it bother you, or and I'm being honest because some people don't care. I mean, you have the work. Does it bother you that you don't have an Oscar? Would you like one?
I don't. Everybody says, "Oh, I don't read the critics. I don't care about Oscars." No, I mean, obviously, you know, sometimes I do read the critics, and if you know, it's one of those things you pick out. I'm one of those people with the glass half empty, more or less, you know. So it's like you'll pick up the one negative thing and a good review. It's, oh my God. You know, it's over.
That's,
that kind of thing.
That's very common. I mean, I always pick out the one person in the crowd who's laughing.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, wait. No, all the people are laughing except maybe one.
Exactly, right. That's not the case in mine. Now, let's talk about, you know, I was thinking about you today, and I was reading a lot about you, and I actually knew this, but you had a period of your life where your behavior was thought by many to be quite strange. After you made, after you made The Last Waltz, the documentary about the band, you moved in with Robbie Robertson.
He moved in with me. I mean,
hey, back off.
You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying again? You're about to throw something at me.
No, is he going around saying I moved in with him?
No, I just misspoke. My apologies to everyone.
Let's get this straight.
Okay, he moved in with you.
Yeah.
And this is legendary now. You guys blacked out the windows of your apartment.
No, it was a house. You have to
Okay.
go all the floors, too.
Okay.
All the windows.
Can't make a tiny little mistake with you, can you?
Well, I want to be specific.
Okay, it was
It's
a
funnier
house.
as a house.
You blacked out all
Yeah.
of the windows. Why did you do that? And the two of you lived there, and it was quite odd.
Well, he played music, and we listened to music a lot, and music is conducive to certain rock and roll and blues we listen to mainly at night. I think it's more night music in a sense. And then I would show him, and a number of other people would come up, and we'd see these films, 16 millimeter, and we just screened them. And naturally, to have, to screen a film at, let's say, 4 in the morning, at 6, the film is over, and suddenly the sun is coming up. That's not good.
Right. So you
Not a good
blacked
thing.
them out just so you could
black it
watch
out.
movies all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah. We were sort of, trying to find out what the heck we're going to do next in our lives, really. I just finished New York, and was finishing Last Waltz, and I really didn't know what films I wanted to make after that. And I wound up making Raging Bull, but it came out of that period with Robbie and everybody, and at that point in time. But the sunrise was kind of scary in a way. It
So
was,
like a vampire,
yeah.
you fled from the sun.
We taped the windows tight. There's no light coming through, and this way it could just be one long. Sunset wasn't bad. Sunrise was scary. It was kind of insolent. It said, come on, the day, let's go,
So you were angry at the sun rising.
Absolutely.
That's an intense personality.
Well, no, what happens
What's this? What's going on? The sun is rising. This is crazy. I can't have this. This is madness.
Well, I'm a director, I mean, what
Yes.
you doing there? We wanted to look at 3 more films.
Take
What is
2.
this?
Son, get out of here. Let's try this again.
Absolutely.
How many films do you watch a day?
Oh, on a good day, we used to look at 4 or 5, but now I got a 3-year-old kid in the house, forget it.
4 or 5 films a day?
Yeah, that's when I wasn't shooting,
Right. How old is the child?
My little daughter's 3 years old.
3 years old. So now you have to, Martin Scorsese has to sit there and
Forget
watch Barney tapes and Teletubbies, and you're probably angry about the cutting. What's going on?
That's an outrage. Yeah. It's true. It's true.
You're screaming. Look at these production values.
For God's sakes,
Dinosaurs don't act that way.
Exactly. This isn't a real dinosaur, I tell her. It's not really like, okay, the kid likes certain things. What I'm going to Fox and the Hound she likes. I've seen that about 40 times now.
The anger is just emanating from you.
The kid loves it. What am I going to do? I'm trying to get her into Pinocchio and all that. Forget about it. She still wants Fox and the Hounds. That's it. No, it's hysterical. She's something. This morning, 7 o'clock, Daddy, oh, God.
You're like, the sun is rising. What is this all about?
The kid is up, the sun is rising.
The
What's
kid's
happening?
crying. Why, Daddy? Why? The sun shouldn't come up in the morning. What is this?
It's an outrage.
Look, the arms are crossed again.
Okay.
That's it. Gangs of New York. This is... It's as if this movie were made for me. I love American history. I love this cast. It's a fantastic film. You've got Daniel Day-Lewis, I think. I don't know anything about anything, but I thought if that's not an Oscar-caliber performance, I don't know what is.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
He's quite something. And Leo DiCaprio signed on to do the picture, and we knew that we wanted Daniel, and Harvey Weinstein said, well, why don't call him up, and then Daniel was sort of on a sabbatical in a way.
Right.
He hadn't been acting, I think, in 5 years. And so we had worked together on Age of Innocence and had a really good working relationship. And I really admire and love him. And so Leo felt the same way. He hadn't worked with him before, but he thought it would be an honor to work with him. And so we called him, and I sent him the script. And he was undecided. He lives in Ireland. He was undecided. So Harvey said, fly him in. So we flew him in, and it wound up like 2 days and nights of dinners and talks and that sort of thing. And then finally, at the end of it, he said he would do it. He said he would do it. And then he started to... when he came back, he started to work on an accent. We had to create a New York accent of that time. And through his accent, a very flat New York accent. And he slowly became Bill the Butcher, in a sense, based on a real guy named Bill the Butcher. In the 1850s, he was killed on Spring Street in Broadway in a fight with one of his arch enemy, Irish gentleman who did him in. But
Those Irish, you can't trust them.
that was the whole thing. Well, the whole thing about this film, the whole Irish immigration was the first great wave of immigration in America, and really tests what the country is. The Irish caught it all, and this picture shows that in a way. And the fight with the Anglos, the Anglo-Americans in a way. And Bill, as I said, Daniel just stayed in character. He stayed as Bill. He never spoke with his real voice. He only spoke with that accent, even on the telephone.
What's interesting to me is that and I think this is probably the hardest thing to do, is he's playing a psychotic, violent character, but you like him.
Yeah.
He is endearing, and in a weird way, you root for him. I think it's very strange because it's hard to reconcile.
It's the humanity. That's the scary thing is a person who could be that way psychotic is still has we still have this we share something as human beings. And what is that? You know, what does that make us in a sense? It's really interesting. And we got into a whole. I mean, we shot for like 130 days or so. So he was Bill, and he's just now, I think, coming
out of it.
He's just coming. Yeah, he is. He is. Seeing the film a few times. Leo was able to do another picture in the meantime, but he was very closely related to Amsterdam. He had gained 30 pounds of muscle working out, but then I postponed the picture.
That's the meanest thing. Then he went back to eating pasta.
No, he had to go. He had to keep himself up for another 6 months.
Oh, that's
so,
not
you know,
right.
yeah,
That's
I know.
right.
But he looked terrific, and Cameron Diaz, and she did a great job in the
It's
film.
an amazing cast. We have a clip here from Gangs of New York. Anything we need to know to?
Well, this is Amsterdam is Leo DiCaprio, and he is about to finally confront Bill the Butcher. But Bill, at a big celebration that the Native Americans, the Anglo-Americans, celebrate every year, celebrating the killing of certain Irish gangs in 1846. And at the celebration, Bill knows that Leo's character is about to kill him, and he changes the scenario with Jenny here.
Let's take a look at this clip from Gangs of New York. This is terrific.
Terrific, yeah.
Whoopsie Daisy.
Yeah, improv.
It's the first time I've heard Whoopsie Daisy in a Scorsese movie.
Yes, yes.
You don't hear Whoopsie Daisy a lot.
You don't.
In your films, but I'm going to look for it. Gangs of New York opens next Friday. Real honor to have you here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Martin Scorsese, Paget Brewster from Andy Richter Show coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.